Originally, I thought this was going to be my last order of records for the year, and then, just as I placed my order, I found out that Consano had put out an album this year, and it did come out on vinyl. So it looks like I'm going to have to do one more recent record pickups video before the year is out. But until then, let's talk about these new guys. What's going on, everybody? This is Sean of Ross Like Music. I am back with another recent record pickups video. So many gems this time around. Definitely some records that are looking like they're probably going to go on my end of the year list for sure. Just some absolute gems, and I wanted to share these guys with you. So with that being said, let's talk about these guys. First off, I want to talk about this 7-inch that I've been trying to get my hands on for the last 3 years. This is Leroy Conroy Tiger Trot backed with Enter, and this is just some of the drum heaviest funk that I've heard in a while. Specifically, Tiger Trot kicks off with this old school sounding boom bap like drum break that is just absolutely irresistible, as well as having just this really cool menacing atmosphere. Absolutely love this track, and I didn't know much about the flip side Enter, but it actually turns out that it's a nice little slow burner as well. While I'd like to share both tracks with you guys, I think I'm just going to keep it to the track that brought me to this record in the first place. So let's go with this guy first. Dope drums, super dope atmosphere, super dope horns, and just an overall really cool track. I'm so glad that I was finally able to get my hands on a copy, but now the process starts all over again because I'm desperate to pick up a second copy to be able to run doubles. So if you ever run across this track, definitely pick it up. It is a very welcome addition to any modern funk and soul record collector's collection. Alright, moving on to my only 12-inch in this order, we got another one from Money Sex Records, one of my favoritely named labels of all time. This is Borrowed CES, and there wasn't really any major reason behind me picking this up other than I was just trying to fill out an order, and I think it was discounted. And yeah, I'm always happy to add any more Money Sex Records to my collection, and this feels like a solid addition. Definitely feels a little bit more techno than some of their other releases, but it still has that Money Sex Records quirky charm to it. So the track that I'm gonna play for you here is, what is that? This 800.00, really dope sounding deep house track with a little bit of a techno edge to it. And yeah, let's give this guy a listen. Like the most party-friendly record, but there's definitely a vibe and a groove to this that makes me not regret picking it up, and highly recommend that you do. Any Money Sex 12-inch you pretty much can't go wrong with, and this is a nice addition to my increasing number of Money Sex 12-inch records. So if you ever run across Borrowed CES, Money Sex Records number 11, definitely pick this guy up. Moving on was kind of a random purchase. This is Fitz Ambrose Doe Quarters. I picked this up because I recognized the name from a release by another Tokyo-based beat maker called Submerse. And I've always been curious about his beats. I know that he's a beat maker. I found out that he's from Canada, but he lives in Japan. And was just like, what the hell? Let me see what this record sounds like. I had it on my want list on Disc Union. and so I thought I'd pick it up and add it to the order, and it turned out that it's actually a really, really dope beat tape. There are so many slaps on here. There seems to be a focus more on sort of like boogie funk 80s style samples, but the drums are done in much more of like a modern beat maker J Dilla-esque style, and it's really way better than I expected it to be. I'm gonna go with the opening track. This is B Night from the A side, track 1, and let you guys get a little taste of this guy. I wasn't really expecting much from this record at all, and what I got was actually one of the better beat tapes that I've heard. There's some real creative chopping, the drums hit super hard, and it's not completely like mind-blowing in terms of him doing something completely unique and original, but at the same time it's got a vibe to it that definitely makes it worth checking out. So if you're looking to hear some Tokyo-based beat makers, Fitz Ambrose is definitely highly recommended from me. Next up is a record that I was really anticipating. I've been a huge fan of these guys for the last 10 years or so, and when I heard that they had a new album coming out after their 2016 album, Inner Tubes, is it Inner Tubes? What is it? Inner Tubes, which I'm a huge fan of. I was really excited to give this guy a listen. This is their new record, Sun, and it's exactly what I expected. More super dope loops with a little bit of a house and hip-hop bump to him. It's not really switching up their formula that much, but it's still addictive. It's still got a great head nod factor, and it is just swimming in atmosphere, and it's just such a super dope record. So the track that I think I'm gonna play for you right now is gonna be, let's go with Glide, and just give you a little taste of what this guy sounds like. About this record other than it's just crazy hypnotic. The way that they use their loops is second to none. It can be kind of repetitive, but it actually works in just really creating a certain vibe that a lot of, shall I say, like disco edit style tracks don't really have. Super cool. From what I've heard, I absolutely in love with this record, and there's a very good chance that it's going to end up on my end of the year list. So if you haven't checked out Pool's Sun yet, definitely give this guy a listen, as I think you'll probably like it almost as much as I do, if not more. And this last record, holy shit, there's a very good chance that this is going to end up on my end of the year list. This is the Matt Tavares and Leland Whitty album Visions on Mr. Bongo. And all I've got to say about it is this is some of the greatest modern jazz ever released to date. Absolutely brilliant in every single facet. Even if I do play you a sample, it's still not going to give you the full brilliance of this record, but I might as well give you just give you a little hint of how great this thing sounds. Really enjoy his 2018 album Maddie. I was really hoping that Matt would go back to more of a jazz sound, more akin to the stuff that he released with Bad Bad Not Good, and this was exactly what I was looking for. I'm definitely going to do a full review on this at some point in the future and gush about how absolutely incredible it is, but until then, even with the only once through listen that I've given to it, I can tell you right now, there's a very good chance that this is going to end up in my #1 slot for this year. So if you haven't checked out Matthew Tavares and Leland Whitty, definitely do yourself a favor and pick this guy up right now, as this is easily one of the best records that I've heard this year, if not the best. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks, as always, for watching. If you've checked out any of these records for yourself, please let me know what you thought about them down in the comments. If you want to hear any of these records for yourself, please head over to my WordPress blog, because that's where I will post any music links to any of the records that I talk about on this channel. As always, please head over to my Mixcloud, so there you can check out Raw Select Radio, the audio component of this YouTube channel. And make sure you're here at 8 p.m. Japan Standard Time for Live from the Record Room. There you can hear and see me play records like the ones that I talk about on this channel, as well as a whole host of records that are in my collection that I don't get a chance to talk about. Links to everything, as always, down in the description. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks, as always, for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. So until then, peace out!